Cristiano Ronaldo is not just one of the richest footballers alive. He is one of the clearest examples of what happens when an athlete stops being only a player and becomes the product, the platform, and the business model at the same time. Most people look at Ronaldo's money and think the story is simple. He scored goals. He signed huge contracts. He got paid. And yes, that is part of it. But it is not the full machine, because Ronaldo's real empire was not built from one salary, one sponsorship, or one club deal. It was built from something much more powerful: attention. The kind of attention that makes fans stop scrolling. The kind of attention that makes brands open their checkbooks. The kind of attention that turns one man's name into a global business. For more than 20 years, Cristiano Ronaldo has been turning football performance into global visibility, then turning that visibility into commercial trust, then turning that trust into products, partnerships, hotels, investments, and ownership. That is the part most fans miss. The goals made him famous, but the business empire was built by what he did with that fame. The first layer is the obvious one: football contract. Ronaldo's playing career created the financial base that everything else sits on. Manchester United, Real Madrid, Juventus, Al Nassr. Each club added something different. Manchester United made him a global superstar. Real Madrid made him a commercial monster. Juventus gave him a new market. And Al Nassr turned him into something even bigger than a player. In Saudi Arabia, Ronaldo was not just signed to score goals. He was signed as a signal to fans, to sponsors, to broadcasters, to other players, the entire football industry. When Al Nassr signed Ronaldo, they were not only buying a forward, they were buying attention from every football market on earth. That is why his salary became so huge. At that level, the club is not just paying for what happens inside 90 minutes. They are paying for what happens around the 90 minutes. The shirt sales, the social media reach, the international headline, the sponsor interest, the league visibility, the tourism effect, the global conversation. Ronaldo became infrastructure, a player who could instantly make a club, a league, and even a country's football project more visible. But salary is still only the first layer. The second layer is sponsorship. And this is where Ronaldo becomes different from almost every normal footballer. Most players are valuable to brands because they are famous. Ronaldo is valuable because he represents a very specific idea: discipline, fitness, luxury, winning, self-belief, status, longevity. When a brand works with Ronaldo, it is not only renting his face, it is borrowing the meaning attached to his name. That is why his endorsement value has stayed so strong for so long. A young player can be exciting for 2 seasons. A star can be popular for 5 years. But Ronaldo built a personal brand that survived different clubs, different leagues, different managers, and different football eras. That kind of consistency is rare, and brands pay for consistency. Because if a company is spending millions on a campaign, it does not just want fame, it wants reliability. Ronaldo gives them both. Then comes the third layer: the CR7 brand. This is the difference between being paid by other companies and building something you can own. The name CR7 is simple: 2 letters, 1 number. But commercially, it does a lot. It connects Ronaldo's initials, his shirt number, his football identity, and his lifestyle image into one mark. That mark can then be placed on clothing, underwear, footwear, fragrances, gyms, hotels, and digital products. And the genius of it is that all these businesses are connected to the same story. Ronaldo is known for his body, so fitness makes sense. He is known for appearance and image, so fashion and fragrance makes sense. He is known for luxury and status, so hotels make sense. He is known for discipline and performance, so health and training spaces make sense. This is not random celebrity branding. It is brand extension: a hotel, a gym, a fragrance. Each one is a physical version of the Ronaldo identity. That matters because the strongest athlete businesses are not built by simply putting a famous name on anything. They are built when the product matches what the athlete already represents. If Ronaldo launched a budget cleaning brand, it might feel strange, but Ronaldo launching fitness, grooming, lifestyle, and premium hospitality, that fits. The fourth layer is hospitality. Through the Pastana CR7 hotel partnership, Ronaldo moved from products into real-world destination. That is important because hotels are not like one-off endorsement deals. A commercial campaign can disappear in a month. A hotel can sit in a city for years. It becomes part of the brand's physical footprint. Funchal, Lisbon, Madrid, New York, Marrakesh. These are not just hotel locations. They are brand locations. They turn Ronaldo's name from something you see on a shirt into something you can visit, photograph, sleep inside, and associate with a lifestyle. That is powerful because it turns fame into an experience. An experience is easier to monetize long-term. The fifth layer is social media. This might be Ronaldo's biggest advantage because normal companies have to pay enormous amounts of money just to get attention. Ads, influencers, algorithms, attention. They buy ads, they pay influencers, they fight algorithms. They beg people to care. Ronaldo starts with the audience already there. When he launches something, promotes something, or invests in something, he does not begin at zero. He begins with hundreds of millions of people already watching. That changes the economics completely. For a normal business, marketing is one of the biggest costs. For Ronaldo, marketing is built into the person. His Instagram is not just social media, it is distribution. His face is not just celebrity, it is advertising inventory. His lifestyle is not just content, it is brand positioning. That is why his attention is so valuable. Attention lowers the cost of launching. Attention increases the value of sponsorship. Attention makes investors more interested. Attention gives every business around him a head start. But the most interesting part of Ronaldo's empire is what is happening now. He is moving from being the face of businesses to becoming an investor and owner. That is a very different game because endorsements pay you for visibility. Ownership pays you if the asset grows. When Ronaldo bought a stake in UD Almeria through CR7 Sports, it showed a shift. He was no longer only connected to football as a player. He was entering football as capital, as an investor, as someone who can influence value from outside the pitch. This is the natural next step for elite athletes. First, they earn from performance. Then, they earn from fame. Then, they earn from brand deals. Then, they use that money and influence to buy pieces of the industries they understand. Ronaldo understands football. He understands attention. He understands the value of global audiences. So, owning part of a football club is not just a vanity. It is a strategic extension of the same empire. And this is where the whole machine becomes clear. Football created the fame. Fame created the audience. The audience attracted sponsors. Sponsors created capital. Capital funded businesses. Businesses expanded the brand, and now the brand is moving into ownership. That is the Ronaldo business model. It is not just about being rich. It is about converting one kind of value into another. Goals, fame, attention, money, assets. That is the chain. Goals became fame. Fame became attention. Attention became money. Money became assets. Assets became an empire. But there is also a risk. Personal brand empires are powerful, but they are fragile in a specific way. They depend on reputation. They depend on relevance. They depend on discipline. They depend on the public still believing in the story. If the image weakens, the business can weaken. If the attention fades, the leverage can fade. If the products feel cheap, the brand can lose trust. That is why Ronaldo's business empire is not just built on fame. It is built on control. Image, body, public message, public perception, control of his image, control of his body, control of his public message, control of the way people understand Cristiano Ronaldo. For most footballers, retirement is a financial cliff. Salary, spotlight, endorsements, audience. The salary stops, the spotlight fades, the endorsement value falls, the audience moves on. But Ronaldo has spent years trying to make sure that Cristiano Ronaldo does not end when the football career ends. That is the real empire. Not the cars, not the watches, not the houses, not even the salary. The empire is the system that keeps working after the final whistle. Because Ronaldo did not just become one of football's richest players. He became a brand that sells performance, a media platform that sells attention, a businessman who sells identity, and now an investor buying pieces of the game itself. So when people ask how Cristiano Ronaldo built his business empire, the answer is not simply football. Football was the engine, but the real product was always Cristiano Ronaldo.